Yes. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Today, we're going to talk about psychology versus trading strategies. Which one do you need the most in the beginning? So let's go. Now, online, you have one group that will say psychology is 90% and trading strategies are, 10%. And then you have another group online that will say, oh, psychology is BS. You don't need psychology in the beginning. It's all about edge. It's all about strategy. And believe it or not, both parties actually have good arguments. And, I can see what both parties are saying. But which one do I believe is the most, or the one that actually trumps all? Drum roll, please. Trading psychology, okay? I believe trading psychology is way bigger than trading strategies. And also, I believe that you need psychology in the beginning and you need an edge in the beginning. So you need both. That's my belief, okay? Actually, it's a fact. It's not a belief. And I'm gonna explain exactly what I mean in a second. So put it like this. We're gonna talk about, trading strategies later. So let's talk about the first group that say, oh, you don't need psychology in the beginning. You don't need that. It's BS. You need an edge. You need a strategy that's going to work, right? And guess what? They are correct. You do need a strategy that's going to work. You do need an edge. You do need something that's working. But what they are forgetting is, how do you create that edge? Is psychology involved when you are creating that edge? And the answer is yes. So let me give you some facts so it just won't sound like I'm just giving you words, okay? Here's fact. Fact number one. When you first start something new, you are going to make mistakes. That's a fact. That's not my opinion. That's a fact. Fact number two. When you make mistakes, you are going to get frustrated. That's another fact. That's not my opinion. That's a fact. Fact number three. When you get frustrated or you get depressed or mad, you are very vulnerable. And that will lead to a lot of mind tricks, right? Your subconscious would play a lot of mind tricks. Oh man, I'm not good enough. Why me? Oh, I'm never gonna, become a profitable trader. I see my mentor making thousands of dollars in a day, but I don't think I could do that. Self-doubt might creep in. And if anybody that's watching this right now never experienced this before, you're lying to me, because this is natural. This is how things work. When you first start something new, you will make a whole bunch of mistakes, and then you will get frustrated. And then your subconscious will play a lot of tricks on you, right? And you start blaming everybody else. Do you know what this is called? It's called process. Every time you do something, it's a process. You can never create or never start anything and automatically, boom, you be a successful trader or successful whatever. Everything's a process. This is why I know for a fact we all go through these stages. So for the people that think that all you have to do is create an edge and then work on your psychology last, they don't understand this process. You have to understand psychology first and work on your edge. You can't put psychology to the side or make it last. No, it actually has to be in the beginning, because during the creating process, you will get frustrated. You will make a lot of mistakes. Problems will show up. And guess what? You have to deal with that. You have to get yourself out of that situation, right? What if you lose 10 times in a row when you're starting out, right? Creating your edge. Do you think your edge is going to save you? Think about it. A new trader losing 6 or 10 times in a row. And don't say that, oh no, you would never lose 6 times in a row. Listen, I don't care if you have the perfect edge. Once you start something new, you're going to make mistakes, okay? The mistakes are going to make you mad. And that alone is going to trigger you. So this is what I mean that you need psychology in the beginning. Because during that creating process, you creating your edge, you're going to have a lot of roadblocks, a lot of problems, a lot of, subtracting and adding. And that's going to take time. And for you to say, oh, you don't need psychology in the beginning, you don't even understand the process. I guess you either forgot the process, because every trader or every human being have to go through that process in the beginning when you're creating or doing something new. So that's why psychology is very important in the beginning. You can't not say, oh, I got to create an edge, and then after that, I got to worry about psychology. No, it doesn't work like that. Psychology is everything. What about you going through a process where you're testing out your new strategy and you lose 8 times, 10 times in a row, and then you just lost your whole account? Are you going to tell me your edge is going to save you? Now you're depressed. You just lost your whole bank account, your whole trading account. This is your life savings. So you're trying to say your edge is going to save you when you lose all your money because you're trying to create an edge, right? Or even if you have an edge, let's say you created an edge, right? And you have an edge now, but you're still, basically losing money. Your edge can't save you guys. It will never save you. So you have to understand, guys, that an edge is good, but you're still going to need psychology in the beginning. You can't put that to the side. And we haven't even talked about people that come in with a lot of mental problems or a lot of life problems, right? People have a lot of problems, guys. I remember when I came into the market, I had problems. I was broke. I had a job that I didn't like. So we coming into market, we not even thinking straight. We just say, no, I got to make this money. I got to quit my job. I got to pay this rent. I owe this person money, so I got to make this money. So how can you literally say psychology doesn't even matter in the beginning when we come in the market with our problems, our baggage? Come on, man. We human beings, we are not perfect. So how can you literally say psychology doesn't matter in the beginning? We are walking problems. This is why when we even get a perfect strategy and then that strategy, let's say it has a break-even week or a losing week, we strategy hop. Oh, I got to make money. I don't care, man. I got to make money. I got to pay this bill. I got to quit my job. Even though we have an edge, we still strategy hop because we're trying to look for that perfect system. And that boils down to what? Psychology, guys. If you have people online that says you have to have edge. Edge is everything. Go get the job. Edge. Oh, man. Listen, I got that from, what's that called? Mad TV. Classic, bro. Classic. Look up Mad TV, Arnold Schwarzenegger impression. Classic. That's where I get that from. I remember I used to look at that thing all the time, and they use the way they would talk about, or the way they do the impression, they would say, right? The first thing before they say anything, they would, right? And then one day I'd say, you know what, let me try that. And I was like, oh, sure, I sound pretty good, I don't know. Let me know if my Arnold Schwarzenegger impression was pretty good. But anyway, now, yes, you have to have an edge, but psychology is always, always more important than edge. Just think about this for a second. It's called Think and Grow Rich. It's not called create a strategy, then grow rich. No, because in order to create that strategy, what do you have to do? You have to think. You have to think. It's think. Your thoughts come first, then you create. So how can you say psychology is last when your thoughts are always first? You can't even say that, bro. Bruv. Shout out to all my UK dudes. So you have to understand, when you create something, okay, the thought comes first. And then when you create something, guess what? You're gonna make mistakes. I don't know any human being on the earth right now that created something and automatically the next day it was perfect. No. When you create something, it's a process. You're gonna make mistakes. So when someone says, oh no, you have to create an edge first, and then you have to worry about psychology, right? When they say something like that, then I understand that doesn't make sense, because in order for you to create, number one, you have to think first, right? Use your thoughts first. And number two, when you are creating, okay, it's a process. So that process of creating a strategy, you have to actually go through a lot of problem solving. And during that problem solving, you're gonna get frustrated. And your mind is gonna play tricks on you. You think that psychology is only when you press the buy button or the sell button? No. We have to deal with psychology every time we do something. It's not only when we press the buy or sell button. This is why I don't understand why they would say psychology doesn't make sense in the beginning. It's actually the head. They go together, okay? I would never say focus on one and then throw the other one aside. No, they actually both go together. They both go together, but psychology is the head. is the head of the engine, okay? It's the head of the engine. So it has to come first. Your thoughts come first. Psychology is so powerful, guys. It's to the point where you might even try to create a strategy and just give up because you're like, man, this is too hard. That alone should tell you why psychology is important in the beginning. You are very vulnerable in the beginning because you don't know nothing. You don't have enough experience. So you can easily say, oh man, this is too hard. I'm done. I'm out. How can you say you don't need psychology in the beginning when you are very vulnerable, when you don't even know anything? You don't have enough experience. You can say, man, I'm done. I'm quitting. How do you think that I was able to last for 8 years without seeing any profits? You think that was an edge? No, that was psychology. That was me persuading or brainwashing myself. Yo, bro, you got this, bro. Yo, bro, your job, man, forget that, man. Yo, we got to make this money. We got to get our freedom back. Yo, I know you can do this, man. Keep going. Don't quit, bro. Forget about the haters. Forget about, your friends and family talking about, oh, this is risky. Forget about that, man. Keep going. You don't think that is a good thing in the beginning? How can you say that's not a good thing in the beginning? You're definitely going to need that in the beginning, especially if you're trying to create a strategy, an edge, because your edge is not going to work right away. I'm sorry. I don't know what you guys are thinking, but your edge is not going to work right away. It's a lot of problem solving. So you're definitely going to need your psychology. I remember when I was creating my edge, I had bad psychology. The only thing I was thinking about was, oh man, how can I make a lot of money? Or how can I have the tightest stop loss, right? Like that, I wanted the tightest stop loss so I can make, only risk, a couple of dollars to make, a lot. To me, that was bad psychology. At that time, I wasn't thinking straight. Again, I was coming into the market with baggage. I was trying to do the most because I hated my situation. But I had to brainwash myself. I had to say, listen, bro, let's do it the right way now. Let's create the strategy the right way. That's not edge. That is psychology. I had one person, I remember telling one person what I do for a living. He's like, oh yeah, I used to do that. I was pretty good at it too. I was making profits, but I had to give it up because, the losing part was too much for me. Think about it. A person that's making profits, they gave up because the losing part was too much for them. It wasn't an edge problem. It was a psychology problem. Think about that for a second. Now, let's talk about trading strategies because trading strategies, they do matter, okay? If you don't think they matter, I want you to look at the NFL playbook, NBA playbook, right? Because we're talking about performing at a high level, right? This is a performance sport. Trading is a performance field. You have to perform. In order to make money, you have to perform, okay? So same thing with sports. You have to perform in order to, see the results that you want to get, right? You have to perform in order to win, right? So if you look at the playbook, you will see that it's thick. It's thick because strategy matters. I would never say, psychology is 90% and strategy is 10%. I would never say that because I understand that strategy actually does matter. I noticed that a lot of traders don't have a very specific strategy. You have to be very specific with your strategy, okay? Again, it comes back to process. Everything's a process, okay? You definitely want to get more specific when, you're going through your process and it takes time to experience all this stuff. But yeah, a lot of people don't have very specific strategies. A strategy is not, okay, let me go to the 4-hour, okay, let me see supply and demand, okay, let me take a 5-minute, setup. If I see a 5-minute supply and demand, okay, let me put my stop loss above the zone and that's it. No, that's not a strategy, honestly. I know every strategy should have filters. Most traders don't have filters with their strategies, okay? So just because you understand that, okay, the 4-hour, okay, has a zone, let me go to the 5-minute chart now. Now the 5-minute chart is selling off, I should sell. No, does the 5-minute look like you're supposed to be selling? Is it in a strong uptrend? Do you want to even be a seller right now? You should have filters with your strategy. And I know for a fact, a lot of traders don't have filters. okay? Now, if you look at sports, right? Again, we're talking about going against professionals. There are a lot of adjustments, a lot. You have to adjust a lot because trading, you're definitely going against professionals. So you have to adjust, and if you're looking at, the Super Bowl or the NBA Finals, they constantly adjusting. You can't have a black and white system and say, okay, we're only going to play this way and that's it. No, you have to adjust to whatever's going on right now. And the same thing with trading. You can't say, oh, well, I have a trend strategy and I'm going to only trade this trend strategy because I'm a trend trader. But what if it's not a trending market? Well, you have to adjust. This is why, actually, strategy matters. There's a lot of adjusting, a lot of tweaking, a lot of understanding what's going on in real time. What's happening? What is the market telling me right now? Should I even use this trend strategy today? Should I use my ranging strategy today? Or should I even trade today? I think I should sit out today, right? A lot of adjustments. And this is why strategy matters. There's a lot of nuances that a lot of traders don't talk about. A lot of variables, a lot of nuances. I can show you a head and shoulder pattern right now. And I can show you five head and shoulders patterns, right? I can show you 5 head and shoulder patterns and they all don't look the same. Why is that? Because the market's not perfect. Life is not perfect. Every game an NBA player plays, it's not the same game. It's similar, but it's not the same. Every trade that I take, it's not the same trade. It might be similar, but it's not the same trade, right? So this is why strategy matters. There's a lot of nuances, a lot of variables, a lot of people don't talk about this, but that's what strategy is. A lot of people trying to make it sound like, oh yeah, it's simple. All you gotta do is, if it goes above the moving average, just buy. Okay, if you really think that is that simple, good luck. So yes, guys, strategy matters, but you can't deny psychology. It's what makes a good player a great player. It's what makes a person that say, man, this is so hard, I don't think I can do it, to a person that say, man, forget that. I don't care how hard this is. I ain't giving up. You think that's edge? No, that's psychology. If you think life is not going to have problems, good luck. So you have to understand that they both matter, but psychology, right, matters the most. It's the head of the engine, okay? And again, around 70% and 30% is the strategy, okay? Now, when it comes to psychology, it's an everlasting thing. It's something that you always have to work on. It's not something that you're just going to figure out or never have problems with. You're always going to have problems with your psychology, okay? So it's almost like an axe. You always got to sharpen it. But you have to understand that it is a big part of your success. It's going to play a big role. This is why a lot of people give up. A lot of people, never make it just because of that. It's not just a strategy. I wish it was. I wish, oh yeah, that's all I need is strategy. Yeah, right. So understand that, guys. And that's my take on this. That's my take. So if you enjoy this, guys, you know what to do, right? I shouldn't have to tell you what to do. And if you want to see more good videos, go check out my channel. I have strategy videos. I have motivation videos. I have it all. Okay, check it out. So thanks a lot for tuning in. Talk to you guys later. We out.